5 on your side at 10 starts now.
Today was a day with our heat index values between 95 and 100 this afternoon, but things change for us tomorrow while we're tracking rain and how it's going to cool us off enough for at least a couple of days.
Tonight, holiday havoc.
We're not going to have that anymore.
Police arrest dozens after firework battles break out downtown.
It's upsetting. It's happening a lot.
How police are increasing their efforts tonight as residents react. Well, within just the past hour, St. Louis police took a minor into custody at 4th and Walnut due to a fireworks violation. This after making 60 arrests last night in downtown St. Louis. Good evening, I'm Mercedes McKay. Robert Townsend has the night off. St. Louis police are out in full force once again tonight. As 5 on your side's Brent Solomon explains, the big message coming from police this year, Brent, is that parents will be held responsible.
You've got that right, Mercedes. We noticed a visible stepped-up presence and patrol outside of St. Louis police. This was downtown as early as Thursday night. Now the numbers are coming in from the 4th of July. Of those 60 arrests, 45 were children. And in most cases, parents are being charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Every 4th of July, the city celebrates the nation's birthday, and in many cases, young people crowd downtown to engage in mischief by night.
It's upsetting. It's happening a lot.
Some of them were throwing out these things called mortars, where they actually throw into people, and they're throwing it at each other, and they can cause some damage. They've damaged some cars. They actually damaged a police car.
Take a look at that police car. Friday night, an officer was struck in the hand.
If that would have hit him in the face or somewhere else, we might be having a different conversation.
I caught up with St. Louis Police Chief Robert Tracy Saturday as his officers were preparing to hit the streets again for the holiday weekend. With a shortage of some 300 officers right now, how are they making this huge presence downtown while keeping the rest of the city safe?
With overtime, we move resources, we cancel days off. These type of explosives that they're using can cause damage, they can cause fires.
St. Louis Fire says fireworks-related fires are up 61% over last year. From Friday to Saturday morning, they responded to more than 600 incidents, including 57 dumpster fires.
People need to get their kids, period. Get your kids.
A message not lost on police.
When they're at that age, who's holding them accountable? Should be their guardians or their parents. So we have to hold them accountable to make sure that they hold their children accountable.
St. Louis police have been working 12-hour days, some of them double shifts, ever since the tornado. By the way, some of the kids arrested last night had guns on them. I'm told the youngest of those 60 arrests last night, a 12-year-old from Florissant.
Thanks so much, Brent. Well, right now you're taking a live look over downtown St. Louis. No fireworks in the sky tonight, but some rain clouds may pop up later on this week. Meteorologist Gary Frank is here looking into some storm chances coming out of the holiday weekend. Gary, a lot of people will be driving back tomorrow from the lake, but what do they need to watch out for?
Yeah, a few more storms for sure. We're going to see this front that kind of gets closer. There are a few light showers that are already settling into the region. We don't see them in Chesterfield. Obviously, this is one spot where you could really see if the roads were wet. They are not. However, as we looked at the arch, you just saw that minutes ago, it's still pretty warm outside. It's 85 degrees. We have a south-southwest wind, and our dew point is up. It's getting more humid. It feels like it's almost 90 at this hour as our temperatures continue to hold very steady. Now, the key for us is we have some light rain that has settled in from New Haven, south of Herman. Cloud cover and also rain in Gerald and Washington as well. You'll see that from Warrenton, well to the south also, as we've got a few more showers here from Oak Hill into Cuba and other areas along and north of 44 at this moment. And that's what we're going to see over the next several hours. You'll see that over the next 2 to 3 hours before we get a break, before that next round of rain comes in. And scattered storms on Sunday from 11 to 7 could produce some locally heavy downpours. So stay aware as you are traveling and you're outdoors trying to take advantage of the last couple of hours, perhaps, of your vacation time. And we'll discuss what it looks like on future radar and have another look at our current radar in the next 10 minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Gary. New tonight, half a dozen people are in the hospital after a fireworks show went wrong in St. Francis County. So firefighters say it happened at Leadwood City Park. 5 people suffered minor burns. 1 woman is in serious condition after falling and hitting her head on the concrete. Firefighters are now searching for a missing mortar from the site. They're still investigating the cause of this incident. And right now, police are investigating a shooting that left one person dead and 3 others hurt. It happened around 3:30 this morning near 9th Street and Chambers Street. One of the injured victims is in critical condition. Right now, 5 on Your Side is working to find out the condition of the other 2 injured victims. Police don't know what led to that shooting just yet. And we have new information after a dead body was found in a Metro East lake. 2 kayakers found the body at Frank Holton State Park on Thursday. The St. Clair County coroner has now identified the body as 25-year-old DeMontre Collins. Police are still investigating how he died. Well, today, 2 St. Louis groups teamed up to help survivors of the May 16th tornado. Impact Together partnered with the Boys and Girls Club to hold a relief drive in North City. Volunteers handed out hot meals, toiletries, and more. Organizers say there needs to be more events like this near the most impacted areas.
We've had a lot of people just say, man, simply just thank you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming right here, so we don't have to go too far.
Impact Together will hold relief drives each month. The locations and dates will be announced on the group's social media pages. Developing tonight in Texas, the death toll continues to rise after devastating flash floods swept through central Texas. State officials now tell us more than 40 people have died, including at least 15 children. CNN's Maribel Gonzalez has the latest in the search and rescue effort.
Rushing waters from the Guadalupe River swallowing roads. Its force knocking down trees as central Texas is pummeled by historic rain, triggering flood emergencies.
It was definitely shocking to see it get that high.
The flooding began early Friday. Officials say rain came down so fast that the Guadalupe River rose more than 20 feet in 2 hours.
The event happened very fast. Rose over 20 feet, 30 feet within less than a 2-hour time span.
Texas officials confirm more than 24 people have died, including several children. Among the victims, 9-year-old Janie Hunt, who was at Camp Mystic when the flooding struck. While many of the campers have been reunited with their families, officials say several girls are still missing from the popular summer camp.
Will be relentless in going after and ensuring that we locate every single person who's been a victim of this flooding event.
Hundreds have been rescued or evacuated since Friday, and many families are still desperately searching for loved ones, including Ty Baden, whose daughter and friends are missing.
We prayed that all 4 of them are still alive.
One of the worst hit areas is in Kerr County. This home swept away by the river. The fierce waters destroying several homes in Kerrville, including Scott Walden's.
Water got up there in the door about this high. And I looked at my wife and it was like, we need to get out of here.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
Sweet success. A Florissant donut shop gets a national honor.
To be recognized at that level is just, you can't even put words to it.
How they're now thanking their community. A portal to the past unearthed.
I can't believe they found it.
One town's 4th of July celebration, reuniting people with lost memories.
As we head into tomorrow, it's not a weather impact alert day, but there could be some locally heavy downpours. We'll talk about that and how it relates to your outdoor plans and show you a future radar just ahead.
Welcome back. Today, a Super Bowl champion held an LGBTQ+ inclusive football camp right here in St. Louis. New Orleans Saints defensive tackle Colin Saunders hosted the camp at Parkway Central High. Saunders graduated from the school back in 2014. He was joined by his brother, who danced in Taylor Swift's Eras Tour and led a dance session at the camp today. Saunders says this camp is a way to make kids feel more comfortable and accepted. Well, tonight, a local art show is getting ready for its 10th anniversary. Art, Mimosas, and Pancakes is set for July 19th at the Hawthorne on Washington Avenue. The event will feature over 60 artists and multiple musical performances. Organizers say there's more to the event than just what's in the name.
I'm all about, like I say, showing my city in a positive light. When I travel and go different places, I understand how blessed I am to be from St. Louis because it's such a unique place. So I want people here to recognize that and be proud of where they're from.
Oh, I love that. Right now, tickets are available on Eventbrite. They'll also be available at the door. All right, any of y'all looking for a treat for the holiday weekend? Old Town Donuts in Florissant recently won the title of America's Best Donuts. Tonight, Rennie Knott talks to the crew about their recipe for success.
A small shop in Florissant.
We're a staple here in Florissant.
Is doing some big business, pumping out donuts.
Thousands, and yeah, it's crazy.
And the spot that never closes.
Always somebody who wants donuts 24 hours a day, so that's why we're here 24 hours a day.
Is getting busier ever since Old Town Donuts was voted the best in America.
It's incredible. It's absolutely amazing.
A title that they're not taking lightly.
We work really hard. We come in day out, and we try to do the best we can, and to be recognized at that level is just, you can't even put words to it.
But the words they do have for their community are ones of gratitude.
We've been in this community since 1968, when the doors first opened.
Because this honor is a reflection of their loyalty.
We have to thank the community for the entire thing.
A loyalty that was not broken 2 years ago, when the shop was shut down by the health department.
We knew it was a big deal.
Because of an insect infestation.
Piece of equipment we had purchased, and we got rid of it immediately. We worked with the health department to get back open as soon as possible.
A problem they owned up to.
Well, we knew honesty would be the best policy.
Reopening.
Keep on building on the positive.
And returning to the kitchen.
At the heart of it, we have people back there putting their heart and soul into this.
And providing not just treats for their community.
Man, donuts make people happy.
But memories.
People that are grown-ups that come in and talk about how they used to come with their grandparents when they were little. You can't put a price on that. It's just such a cool feeling.
And they're hoping
even more people to love them and more people know about them. Nothing's better for small business than that.
This little shop keeps people coming back to their community.
Make sure America knows about us and loves us forever.
Yeah, makes you want a donut. Well, coming up, a blast from the past. See the 4th of July celebration, decades in the making. And 5 on your side, news director and former Today in St. Louis anchor Art Holiday is retiring after 46 years. You're invited to a lighthearted roast to celebrate. It's July 15th at the Missouri History Museum. Join us for happy hour at 5. The program is free to attend and starts at 6:30. We'll be right back. All right, y'all do not want to miss this story. So one Nebraska town has been waiting 50 years for this 4th of July celebration. Residents unearthed the world's largest time capsule yesterday. NBC's Maya Eaglin shows us the moments people reunited with their buried treasures.
In America's official July 4th small town.
In small town USA, 4th of July city.
The world's biggest time capsule, according to the World Record Academy. A classic roadside attraction for 50 years.
They found it. I can't believe they found it.
Finally unsealed, revealing a treasure trove of Americana. Half a century ago today, the town came together to freeze a moment in time.
Pet rocks, a teal-colored leisure suit, very, very much 1975.
Even an almost perfectly preserved Chevy Vega.
It took 3 days to crack open this 45-ton portal to the past. They even had to use a crane, and then it was a race against time to bring thousands of items up and out.
But it was some of the smaller items that got the biggest response.
This is clearly my mom's handwriting.
Chris Galen reuniting with this note.
I hope you had a good education, a happy, successful life.
That moment is what capsule creator Harold Davidson would have wanted.
I thought my dad was crazy. I think you need to be pushing 45 to understand how fast time goes, how little time you have to make memories with those you love. And that was what he was trying to do.
The thing I'm thinking about as I think about the time capsule is it's not about what's inside of it, it's about what's inside of us and who we were back in '75 and who we are today.
Honoring the past and the present on a day of celebration. Maya Eaglin, NBC News, Seward, Nebraska.
Oh, what a great story. Well, weather impact meteorologist Gary Frank joins us now. And Gary, people are wrapping up that 4th of July holiday, but y'all are watching some storms, but it shouldn't be anything too severe, right?
Yeah, no severe weather, but certainly going to get our attention and run us indoors because it'll rain pretty hard at times tomorrow. As we look outside right now, most of us are dry right now. Temperatures got to 92 degrees in St. Louis, 93 in Chesterfield. You can see it was a little warmer on the Illinois side, 95 in Sparta and Mount Vernon versus the 80s here, where we had more cloud cover. So that was something that we looked at here specifically. Right now, we haven't dropped all that much. Still 85 degrees at this hour, but you'll notice a couple of things. It's very evident here, but the leading edge of it right now is where we have that south breeze. Behind it, There's the north breeze, and this is where storms are developing along that. Now, it's not too significant, but you'll notice that here are where some of these storms are along where the front is. That's in northwest Missouri, central Kansas, just past Hiawatha, and really north of 70 here. Now, these storms right now are fizzling out to some degree, but they're still providing some light rain. And you can see from north to south where this is. From New Haven to Washington, Marthasville, all the way to south into Gerald, you're getting some moderate rainfall as well. And for the next several hours, we'll see this deck of cloud cover and just kind of hang around, provide a few light showers at times throughout the overnight hours. So as we pause it at 5 o'clock, I think you're going to wake up with a few light showers around, and it's just not going to drop all that much as a result. So expect chances of rain around, and I think you'll see that here after 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then eventually it tries to fizzle out. Then we get a break, then the sun comes out, and then the front starts to work its way in. And as it does so tomorrow afternoon, you'll see we still have that southwest breeze ahead of it, and temps are going to warm up pretty nicely. But as the front arrives, that's when these hit and miss showers and storms are going to settle in, and that's where we could see some brief heavy downpours as well. You'll see that they linger to some degree as well, and I think that some of them are going to be pretty efficient rain producers as well as we eventually cool down as a result. Looking at our futurecast rainfall totals, I want to point one thing out. Notice how a lot of us doesn't look like much, right? You got spots where it says 1/100 of an inch, right? This is going to be very widely scattered. I don't want you to pay too close attention to that, but notice how we have up to an inch of rain, maybe even some higher numbers. That's because these scattered showers are going to be so widespread in terms of their production of rain that some of us may get 2 to 3 inches and some of us may miss out completely. That's what we have to pay attention for tomorrow. So from 11 to 7, we'll see those locally heavy downpours. But if you're out and about on the water, in the pool, just stay aware. Those clouds will build and we'll run you inside for a little bit. I do think we get stuck in this pattern throughout the week. It's not an all-day rain, but chances of rain are going to be around for the next 7 days. You'll see that as we're at 90, down to 87, and then eventually back in the low to mid-90s. Hit and miss, chances for showers and storms. But it's just one of those things that, you know, as we look ahead outside, it's one of those things where summertime in St. Louis.
Summertime in St. Louis, you know what?
Goes.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Gary. Okay, Corey's here. What's going on in sports?
Hey, we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. The Cardinals got back on track thanks to a late blast at Wrigley, and City SC has had a late night in Salt Lake City. Sports is up after the break. Momentum is a funny thing in baseball. It can fit whatever narrative you want it to. On paper, the Cubs had the momentum coming into today. After all, they hit 8 home runs against the Cardinals yesterday. But this is baseball, and the Cards were not interested in following the Cubs script. No better setting for a Saturday afternoon game than the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Thomas Ajacci called into action for a hobbled Nolan Arenado. He stepped up immediately. 2-run single in the first, Cards up 2-0. 2-1 in the fourth, and Nolan Gorman blasts an opposite field shot, his 8th homer of the year. Cardinals up 3-1. The Cubs would storm back to take the lead, and then old friend Carson Kelly gave him some insurance. Chicago up 5-3 in the 7th. But here come those comeback Cardinals in the 8th. Alec Burleson, that is a solo blast to center, his 11th of the season, made it a 5-4 Cubs lead. Then here comes Gorman with another big hit. He scores to JC, and the Cardinals have tied things at 5. Finally, the cherry on top. Joel Pozo comes in to pinch hit and promptly sends this ball onto Waveland Avenue. It's a go-ahead 3-run shot for Pozo, who hits an iconic bat flip in celebration. Brian Helsley gets the save, and the Cardinals bounce back with an 8-6 win over the Cubs at Wrigley.
Man, that went a long ways. Great at bat, obviously a big moment, but guy loves to hit, and I love watching him hit. He's done a nice job whenever he's called upon, but that's a big swing. And you look at yesterday's game, we get our teeth kicked in, so you have to come out here and set the tone and respond a certain way.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
There is no doubt City SC has played better under David Critchley. There is also no doubt they have been fighting the injury bug hard. But at the end of the day, just one stat matters: points. And City has not been picking them up. They tried to pick up their first point since June 14th tonight in Salt Lake City. David Critchley right there trying to find the way to piece his club together despite multiple key injuries. 6th minute, it's a bad start. And while Caliscan converts a sensational kick for Salt Lake past Roman Berkey, City down 1-0. Not too long after, 43rd minute, Salt Lake's Diego Gonzalez beats the City defense, and then Berkey, what a shot from him. But hold on, City isn't rolling over. Who else but Klaus off the corner kick? He converts for his 6th goal in his last 6 games. Right now, Salt Lake leads 3-2 in the 80th minute. While we still have a few months to wait until Blues hockey resumes, the club has made its fair share of news this week. Between the big trade with Montreal and some free agent signings, the Note are reloaded for 2025. I chatted with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery for Sports Plus this week and asked him how he feels about the energy building for next season.
Well, I think there's a lot of room for growth still, and we all believe that. The key is going to be the attitudes we all have to push each other and also to play for each other. And if we do those things like we did the last 30 games of the year, we're going to be a team that's going to be better than we were last year.
You can catch my full interview with Monty tomorrow night at 10:30 on Sports Plus, as well as a sit-down with slugging Cardinals prospect Joshua Baez and a local American Ninja Warrior story I just know you're going to love. That is Sunday night at 10:30 right here on 5 on Your Side. Of course, a lot of red in the crowd at Wrigley Field as it is for a Cardinals-Cubs series.
And perfect weekend for it with it being 4th of July.
I think they had fun today.
Yeah.
They didn't have fun yesterday, but I think they had fun today.
Right. Well, that's good for 4th of July weekend. It's fun to be festive. All right, Gary, final look at the weather.
Yeah, as we look at the next few days, I do think we're going to be dealing with scattered showers and storms on Sunday into Monday. But then, we start to see this pattern where we're in the low 90s each day, and it's starting to warm up a little bit more. Nothing significant and hit and miss. And I do think Wednesday we'll watch out for maybe a little bit more widespread rain at times or a few stronger storms. Something we're still monitoring, but, it's one of those things when you look at that at face value, you know what they say about that, Mercedes?
Summer in St. Louis.
You got it.
You know what? Everyone at home is thinking it too.
That's exactly.
It is summer in St. Louis.
Buzzword of the night.
Buzzword of the night.
Yep.
Rain, heat, summer in St. Louis.
Summer
you guys.
in St. Louis. That's all.
All right. Well, that's all the time for 5 on Your Side at 10. Saturday Night Live is next. Make sure y'all start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 6 a.m. Have a great rest of your Saturday and happy 4th of July weekend.